Welcome to watching our video. My name is Jimmy Wu from Prowork Pacific Inc, your licensed architect. If you like our video, please give us a like and also share it with your friends, with the other homeowner. Also, if you want to follow us with the other video, other topics, you may subscribe us so that you will not miss our other videos. Today, I'm going to talk about one topic about design. Is one important element is windows. Many customers, when we design house, when we talk about how they want their new house, one part is important. Affect the look of the house is windows. And customer will always ask, "Oh, Jimmy, well, how do I choose my windows?" So today I will give you some general idea about different type of windows and how they work and what is good and what is bad. First of all, a lot of people in nowadays when we building a house in Honolulu, always coming to an owner is number one thing, cost. Is that expensive? What is the cheapest one? Right? This is one major concern. So now I try to do some general research in Lowe's, Home Depot to see different type of window and try see what is the price range. Now it's hard to compare one window to one window because they're different size, right? So that's why the way I will try to do is I try to divide by square feet, like how much you're spending per square foot on the windows. So now coming down is usually right now, this is just a general things, but not necessary, is correct because even when we go to the website for Home Depot or Lowe's, the website is for whole country, not only for Honolulu or Hawaii. So sometimes a lot of windows, a lot of products, when you try to click on or try to buy, they will tell you, "Oh, we do not have it in Hawaii," but they do have it online, right? And then you gotta pre-order or special order. Now sometimes when you come to special order, you gotta add extra, shipping fee. That might affect your cost for your window. So, but generally, I just talk about some, like from low to high. Okay, the cheapest one will be, with fixed glass. Just one piece of glass window. And then next one is most common one is sliding, the sliding window. And then next one will be the hopper window, where we're looking at from the website. Hopper is those overhead windows, the small one overhead, bathroom, and the way you open in, to push the, when you pull the hardware, the window open inward. Okay. And then next one will be a lot of people mix up about this name. This is single hung and double hung. And this is the look will be the same. It's just one is for single hung and one is double hung. And it's an up and down window. We push up, or slide up and down. This is called. They have single hung, double hung. Single means you can only slide the bottom one. Okay. Double hung means the two sides can go up and down like this. And then the next one will be a jalousie window. Okay. Jalousie window is just one special, very tropical type windows is very popular in Hawaii. In mainland, you probably won't see that much, but in Hawaii, it's very one of the popular type. Is jalousie window. Like some people call it louver window, but actually the correct name should be jalousie window because louver we particularly mean the fix is called louver, the one you cannot move. Especially usually we use it for like air conditioning, exhaust or intake. Those is called louver. And then another one is awning window. Awning window is those one look like one fixed glass, but when you open out like this way. You push up hardware. And then the next one is a casement. Casement is look like a sliding window or awning window, but when they open like this. Then you have two, you open like this. Or open sideways. That is casement window. And then the last one is a skylight. Skylight means window on the roof. Bring the light from the top. Okay. So that's about the cost. The generally from cheapest one to the highest one. And it could vary because different branding they make, different price range. But I'm trying when I do the search, I try to about searching within the same brand, and then they make different windows, and then I divide, using different size, divide by the per square feet, how big of the window, and come out with square feet cost. So now we come back, and then what is the special? What is the character of those windows, right? Then we talk about pro and con. Now, first of all, go about fixed window. Fixed glass window, some people call picture window because it's when you put it on the wall, just like your picture, you look at outside the views, especially when you have like if your house facing ocean, then when you have these windows, fixed windows, just for lookout, it look like a picture, right? So they'll call picture windows. So talk about the cost per square foot, maybe now for a smaller one, you talk about $12 to $15 per square feet. However, when you're getting bigger, it costs it will increase big one, because when you over certain size, you require a safety glass. Then the cost of the window become much higher. Now, this kind of window is they have a good part is about one thing that's related to code also is we call natural light and ventilation. Okay, how much light can bring in and how much air you can bring in. For fixed glass, okay, 100% of light, right? 100% of light, but however, ventilation is zero because there's no air can go through. Okay, but good side is what? Good side is almost zero maintenance because you no hardware, minimum hardware. Where you're sitting there, you don't have to maintain the hardware, right? So this all can last long. But bad side is, like I said, because of no ventilation, right? You pick a glass, but no ventilation, you cannot operate. You have no option to like open it or close. So this is for fixed glass. Next one I want to talk about is sliding. Sliding window is the most common type of modern windows that we use, which is the like horizontal, one piece, one side is fixed, one side can open. Okay, now this type of windows, we talk about $11. The high side is about $50 per square feet, even different brand. Unless you choose some brand is very special, high end, then they cost you more. Otherwise, it's about it's actually a lot of people consider within the operable windows, sliding glass windows is the cheapest one, most economic, economical windows. And the good part about this window is they have the ventilation. LNV is light is 100% because you have a window, and then ventilation is 50% because when you open, you get half of the opening, where you get 50% ventilation. A good part about this is the hardware is simple, right? Also they come with many different sizes, okay, various sizes, and also is a good feature for egress. Egress means when this house, if it in case catching fire time, can provide a space or opening for people, letting people to climb, including children, to climb outside. Okay, so it's an egress function. And very typical windows are 4 feet by 4 feet sliding window, and those fulfill a lot of things like light and ventilation to a room, and also the egress. Okay. Now, but con side is they will a lot of people knowing that is your sliding glass window in Hawaii for have a strong wind side area. When times go, you will find there is a lot of dirt and dust building up on the track below, and start getting the slide hard to move. Okay, and then so you got to keep that clean. There's a maintenance. You got to keep that clean. And also one part about the sliding windows for the cleaning is when you have the two-side window, when we slide, okay, when you try to clean outside, from your indoor, you try to clean it outside. When you open the window, you can only clean the upper one, right? When you close a window, you can close from inside, but the one fixed one, usually you cannot, only unless you're going outside to clean. So if you're on the ground floor, first floor, the window that you can clean. But when you have second floor, then this piece is hard to clean, because when you slide out the window, this one blocking this, you only can clean one always. So there's one issue about it, sliding window. Okay. Another one is just like I go over again, like hopper window. Hopper window is about $15 to $25 per square feet cost. Now, good part is they consider is 100% of lighting and 100% of ventilation. Means when you open it, they consider the whole opening is open, so 100% ventilation. So we give you a good, good way. Good breeze. If you have sand somewhere, you need breeze, and breeze comes in. And good part about this window is you don't have to worry about, when raining time, you gotta close it. Because when we window up, when we're facing up in the high window, when you open inward, even raining time, rain won't come in. Now versus like sliding glass window. Sliding window, when rain time, a lot of people gotta go home and close window. Otherwise, the windows are coming into your, to your house. But for hopper window, we don't. Okay. and also you also you can leave it all the time, open, and you don't worry about people can see in because a window like this, so people come they cannot see it. Okay, and but the drawback is there's no egress because usually half-wall window is small, slender window, and it's not for egress purpose. Okay. And the next one is a single hung window. Single hung window actually is imagine it's just the same as sliding window, except we turn 90 degrees, become up and down. Single hung is the one you slide, mid down the bottom half can slide. So for light and ventilation, same 100% light and 50% ventilation. Good part about this is they have different size. Okay, and also, but one more good part compared with sliding window, single hung window is it doesn't build up dirt because the highway track is vertical, not the bottom one. So that means the dirt will not stuck in the track. They will go to the bottom one, but that does not affect the operation of the windows. So that is a good part for single hung or double hung. Okay, but again, they have the same problem about the cleaning. You cannot clean the outside window. I mean from inside you have to go cleaning outside. You cannot, right? And so however, the hardware for long-term wise it will fail because of the weight of the window itself. Because the hardware, imagine that, right? For sliding window, the window sitting on the track, it doesn't press on hardware. But for single hung or double hung window, both window, let's just say, as the name said, hung, right, is hanging. So the weight of the window is sitting on the hardware. So when times go for long term, it will get more tear and wear to the window. So in other words, single hung, double hung window doesn't last long as fixed glass or sliding window. Okay, but for double hung window is the two-piece both can slide, and the cost is go higher. We're looking at about almost $20 per square foot, between $18 to $25 per square foot. But it is a very good design feature. It's a good for appearance. And next one is jalousie. Jalousie we're talking about is about $14 to $16 per square foot, and very flexible. And good part is light and ventilation both 100%. 100% light, 100% ventilation, right? A lot of tropical house, in fact, in Hawaii, in our old time, always use, jalousie window because bringing good wind, right? Good light and ventilation. Now, good part also is that it's very flexible size. And also you can buy separate pieces. You buy the track separately, hardware, and slats separately. And also, this is easy to fix, easy to clean because when you open it, you can clean each slat of the windows, inside and outside. So easy to clean, right? And different sizes and repair is you can DIY for repair. You can replace the track and all these hardware parts. Also always available in those hardware store. Even myself, my home guy have jalousie. I have changed the crank, the window crank many times already for different one. When you're getting a long time, you start getting rust, and we change it. It's easy to change. Okay, but okay. The con side, the drawback about jalousie window is one of the things is air leaks. Now, if your home is using air conditioning, then jalousie window will become not a good choice because it's not jalousie window is not airtight. Okay, so that if you have an AC, the cold air will leak out. That become you need more energy. You're gonna spend more electricity, on your AC because it doesn't hold the air. Okay, and the second one is the look. Honestly, nowadays people consider that jalousie is like an outdated look. I mean, the design wise, it's very old-fashioned. If you look at that, when you see a jalousie window, you know that it's an old look, right? So that is something that we consider. And then the next one is awning window. Awning window is one piece of glass, and then you can have two or multiple one, and then each one when you swing out is swing like this way. The hinge is up on the top and swing out. So this window is getting more higher cost than sliding and single hung. We're looking at about like $30 to $50 starting up cost. And some awning with nice awning window will go higher, okay, per square feet. But good part about awning window again, the light and ventilation is 100%, 100% light, 100% ventilation. And the pro side, good part advantage about awning is One of that is, again, weather serve means when raining time, when you open, you don't need to close the window, because when you open, it's like an awning. It is like an awning. So rain will hit the outside, it won't come into the indoor. So you can leave it, you can leave the window open even rain time, right? And that is always easy to clean. Okay, it's easy to clean, and the hardware too. And also the design. A lot of people like the design, the way design. People put like couple or three smaller awning window together, like stack, and they can control individually. And it brings up very good, ventilation to the space, right? And but the con side, the drawback is there is no, it doesn't have the egress, because even though when it open, it does not open like 90 degree. If your wall like this, your window doesn't open like this. You should open it this way. But so since when you open it this way with an angle, it might not give enough space for climb out for room, so it doesn't provide an egress. Now there is some way to do the egress. Some manufacturer, they make the whole window can be pop out with including a fan during the fire time, but those costs are very, very high to do one. So a lot of homeowners, you will consider maybe in the room you have, if you have a situation, you can put two windows. You can put one side with the sliding window, one side with the awning window, right? And I take it back. So it's not easy to clean. It actually, easy to clean is just a window. Awning window is hard to clean because you cannot reach outside. Okay, when you open, you cannot reach outside. You have to go outside, exterior, even with a ladder, or to clean. And that is an awning window. But the design-wise, the look is very right. Very popular. Modern, looks, good looking. And casement. Next one is casement window. Casement window is about same price about awning, but a little bit higher. And also is 100% light, 100% ventilation. This one is just instead of open it this way, they open a sideway. Now, the advantage of the good part about this is have a good wind capture. When you imagine this, right? If the wind comes from this side and you have a casement window open this way, so when wind comes, this open window, it becomes like a wing to capture the wind, right? So that is a good part for bringing more wind, to the room, to the interior. And this one is a good part is easy to clean because now let's say you have two windows. Now you can reach, you can reach on one side to clean outside, right? And then versus also from this side, you can clean the outside window. So using casement window, you can easily clean inside and outside of the window. Now, only part, the drawback about this window is because it's expensive, right? Hardware expensive. And also is size limitation. I don't know why, but casement window, it doesn't come with that many size as single hung, double hung, fixed glass, or sliding window. Casement window only have very few choices. Okay? And then besides those choices, you need to go, custom order or custom made. So that becomes more expensive. You might come up to like almost $90 per square foot. So if one window is a big one, 4 feet by 4 feet, think about that. Could be very, very expensive. Last type of window I want to talk about is skylight. The skylight window is like those on the roof, and this window can be operable. Can be open or can be fixed. In most time people use fixed windows. Now this cost is about $20 to even between 20 to 26, something like that for fixed glass. But if you want an operable window, it could go much higher. Now for this window is 100% of light and ventilation. Well, most people will only like fixed, so there will be zero ventilation. But some people they afford it, they can use those skylight window can be open, right? Then bring in more air. Now, but the pro side about skylight is wherever space or house getting a skylight, it will be very, awesome feature. Wow, people come to your home and you see light from the roof shining to the ground. It's very nice one. It is good design feature. Okay, but the con side is water leaks. We can say that in Hawaii, this climate weather under the sunlight, this Hawaiian sunlight, almost all sunlight skylight window, majority, even those installed by professional, they doesn't last long. It will leak in future. Somehow it just went. It's just a matter of when, because most people when we do the skylight, basically you're making a hole on the roof, right? And then you install a window. Now the good way to do is you want to build up higher, like a trimming. right? Like a trimming, and then you put a window on top, so when rain time, rain doesn't go to the edge. But the way it built up, okay, usually the joint between the box, the holding the window, and your roof joints, those a lot of contractors were doing like caulking, with silicone, those things, and those material, under the Hawaiian sun, the strong sunlight, especially summer sunlight, it doesn't really last long. Those even silicone, or those different type of sealant, most can last about like maybe 1 year or less than 1 year or 2 years, and start cracking, because when it start completely dry out, then it start crack. Once those sealants crack, then water start leaking, they start closing. Okay, I have experience myself. Is a long time ago. I have been to one restaurant in Kahala, right beginning of Kahala. That was a new restaurant at the time, and it was very nice design. Have a skylight on top. But I went there. It's at nighttime. It was raining time, and then when I went to the restaurant, I have really surprised, shocking, scenes in front of me. Is the whole round skylight is like dripping like a waterfall. And then the restaurant people, they have to move out all the booth table, and put all the bucket below to trap, to catch water. And that restaurant was complete about 6 months. It's a brand new restaurant. It's only open 6 months, and there was a rainy season, and that happens. So even think about those commercial project, and the window done by professional installer, right? And because I can see that because the big skylight window, we got to install by professional installer, and show it's commercial grade of construction. So even though those window is only it's still less than a year, 6 months, and it still leaks. And I have seen many other skylight leaks. So for design wise, I don't many owner likes, Jimmy, I want to put skylight down. I always advise my client, do not do that, because skylight window you cannot DIY, you cannot do it yourself. Right? And even you hire a contractor to do, I will tell you that in Honolulu, not many contractors knows how to install skylight, right way, properly. And even though they claim themselves they know how, but they still do not guarantee, still warranty about like how long it lasts, because it is what is a situation in Hawaii, because Hawaii sunlight is very strong, especially during the summertime. No sealant can last for waterproofing, but which is a lot of contractors use it. So, but there is some part that skylight, is some part is nice feature, but I always not recommend my client to do. Okay. Now, but for design purpose, people when they using that, I always recommend clients say, okay, you can use. Sliding window is the most cheapest one, economic one, but if you have sliding window all around the whole house, they look very boring, look very, nerve too, right? So to create a better design, you may consider using different type window or combination. Now, very common combination is the center one. They put one piece of one sliding window, and then on the two sides they can put a single hung or double hung on the side. Or some people they put awning, on the side to make a combo. So that brings a more better design to your house. And sure, you say which one fit more better, then you will need to ask your architect, design professional to try different combination for you to see how it comes out. Okay. Now this is when we utilize different window design, and also is the glazing option. When we do different window, that when the glass is a different option too. First of all, get safety glass. There is a safety window. You can use tempered glass, laminated glass, even tint glass. Okay, with regular glass, if you tint, that is become a safety glass, because when we're getting outside impact, it cracks, but it won't fry. The shredded glass won't fly away. Okay, so that is a safety glass feature too, and also the wire. Wire glass, people using in commercial. In the house, I don't see people using it. That for the commercial space, for exit door, if they have a panel, vision panel, then you will see the glass, like a grate inside the glass. That is an old type. Okay, but residential, we don't really use it. But there's one option for safety glass. And for safety glass in residential, in certain location, you have to put safety glass. And also thermal glass. Thermal glass is thermal insulation. Like they have insulated glass means laminate two pieces of glass, two glazing, and inside in between is is a gel, like a glue, to you laminate both sides. And also the low E or low emissivity, the glass itself can block a lot of ultraviolet light. And the tinted, right, ceramic tint, like car, like a car tinting, that will help to block the sunlight. Now this is one of very good option we can use it in your, or you can use it in your house, because Hawaii, our sunlight is very strong, right? Especially some house in the mountainside, you facing south or facing west, our afternoon sun is very strong. So thermal glass become very important, to help reducing the heat in your house. And then also is some design feature is about appearance. Look is a muntin. Muntin is the inside glazing. With let's say you have a 3 feet glass like this. Inside there's some grid, some some muntin we call, right. But those are all adding value. It's an option. It's an option. It's not something you have to. Okay? It's just a decorative things. But again, those muntin, some people like it, but some people say that will be like old style. It doesn't fit Hawaii. But that's really depends on personal preference. Again, when you want to look at windows, you should ask your architect, design professional, or also if you get more questions, you're interested to learn more, welcome to give us comment. Okay, well you can contact us for more information. Thank you very much.